Dive deep to be great. Again, dive deep to be great. To be great. I'm losing my voice here. Again, in order for you to be great, dive deep. And this is what self-care is all about. Again, this is Sharon, the number one self-carepreneur in the world, where you all who pretty much, I should say, that either struggle with your self-care as an entrepreneur, want to aspire, to maintain self-care as a entrepreneur, or use like, hey, I got this, I just need this support. Because again, to be great, to dive in, we need support. We need our internal support and community support. And this is what self-care is all about. And so, again, even though a lot of times I come on here and be all jovial and things like that, not saying that I'm not off. However, but what I am saying is the fact that entrepreneur is not easy. And for those of you who are doing, for the mothers, the daughters, the sisters, the wife, the aunties, the grandparents, for those of you who are doing, you have already won, but we know it's not easy. The thing about self-care, again, this is why I am just so passionate about it. You're doing it anyway, but I am reminding you to continue to do it, and also reminding you the importance of doing it. Because I tell you, with myself, with clients, I'm like, this stuff is real. You know what I mean? It's like, again, remember the 4 pillars of self-care is self-awareness. And entrepreneurship is nothing but self-development. If you have not figured it out, you've already lost and you're struggling. So along with the tasks that you are doing to get, your product or service out there and all the things that come along with that, remember all of those things that you are doing, you're doing for your self-care. It's like you're doing the email funnel so that it would be easier to nurture your clients. And you're doing the email funnel so that, you don't have to do it manually. And so the time that it takes for you to learn those things, it's just like when you're on a 9-to-5, when you're on a 9-to-5 job, you get the week orientation, and there's somebody that's going to tell you how the system is. But as an entrepreneur, you learn it from scratch. You learn it from somebody from scratch. Even if you hire somebody to do it, you still need to know the gist of it, because it's your business. And they may leave for different reasons. They may leave so that, for their own self-development and expanding, or it could be for some other reason. But again, dive deep to be great. So in saying that, I've named a couple of things here. With all of that, it's like, what do you need? What do you need to be great? Because again, it's all about self-development. It's all about evolving. It's all about taking that time to sit with yourself. And that's what the self-care is. Reflective journal is all about. It's like different things may come up and you're like, what is this? What does this mean? How does this impact me? How can I get better? What gift is this? And with that particular journal, it already have a couple prompts in there to get you started. For instance, self-discovery. What does that self-discovery mean? What does it mean to you? Sometimes when I come across things, sometimes I'm like, let me see what the dictionary says. How does it apply to me? And again, the journal allows you to go, 5, 7 level deep, because we are not able to lead if you're not going deep within yourself. It's not just about, the wonderful gifts that you have and everything. It's also, sometimes we don't, even though I don't always like it either. It's like, oh, it's like, what baggage do I have? None of us want that, but there's so many things that need to be unlearned. And there's so many, even on a daily basis, there's so many different things in which, come upon us. It can, again, if you heard my talk lately, I've been talking about duality, different things that's happening at the same time, different things within us. It's like you could be happy and disappointed, you could enjoy yourself but still be frustrated about something else. That's a duality, and knowing how to handle that. Again, it's like, what I want you to do is kind of think about what's stopping you from being great. Just, I said, name 3 things. Look at what resonates the most. And then with that one thing that resonates with you, do a deep dive. Do a deep dive in what's that one thing that could be making you like, like for some people, I don't want to go live. Like, I don't have a problem going live, but I will say, can frame it, structure it, I would say, for improvement, but I do have a problem sometimes with, I say, going out in community and I say, oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Don't ask me. I can go live here, but going on there, I tell you. But that's something that I'm working on. But also, I need to identify, or at least try to identify, but definitely work through what is stopping me. Because usually it's something deep. Even though you can practice and you can go ahead and do it, and that helps. But one thing I can tell you, one thing that I know as a therapist, on a personal level and on a professional level, is that sometimes you may not always find the what, but what I have seen and even experienced within myself, when I don't dive deep within an issue, it's implode or explode, and it holds you back, and we do all kind of self-sabotaging kind of things. And so this is what, self-care community is all about, is for you to go deep within yourself so you can, pretty much serve your gift to the world with your products, with your services, and with all the wonderful things that you are doing. And just know, when things are not so great, you still are. You're still great. And by you going within, you're taking that time so you can get divine messages. Because remember, you were chosen. You were divinely chosen to do the exact thing that you have gifts to do. So you remember that. But a part of that, of being just human anyway, but being divinely chosen, is for you to feed yourself. It's for you to be in an environment and say, hey, let's really talk about this. Because, people are always talking about mindset. But you also need the space, the environment. Doing it alone, that's a must too, but also in community. And so you need the space. You need the community to be able to kind of process, to let loose, in doing those things. And so this is what the self-care community is all about, is to remind you. Believe me, we need reminders. This is kind of like how the mind works, the body, the spirit, and the soul. In like, this is another reason of being in community. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I need to remember that. Oh yeah, I need to do that. And then you continue to do that one thing that you have written down, that is say, okay, I need to really work on this. Let me dive deep within this. And it's not always a one-time thing. Sometimes you can have a revelation about something, an insight, but you haven't quite embodied it in the sense where you can release it. And that's where the practice is, because it is a must that we take time in doing this, so you can relinquish the things that may be holding you back, whether it's holding you back intentionally, meaning the things that you are actively doing the things that you are actively thinking about, but also unintentionally too. And I like to say a lot of times, most of us, it's the unintentional, because that's when it comes to me, because I'm like, I'm not thinking that way, but behaviorally, I see myself doing things, I see myself not doing things. So I'm like, okay, there must be something going on with me internally, subconsciously, that I am not aware of, that may be holding me back. Sometimes it's not just, I guess you could say it is a mindset, but I think of mindset more so of things that you consciously think about. But that's to say it's the invisible mindset too. It's the subliminal messages that pretty much hold you to where you are. So just know, again, dive deep so that you can be great in the gifts that you have. And make sure you get that self-care is reflective journal so you can dive deep and continue to be great. So I will see you next time.